A man behind bars for sexually assaulting children appears in a prison uniform on Facebook. Fox 25 learned just how painful the discovery was for one survivor and why it's been such a battle to get that profile and others like it taken down. A beautiful, happy young girl victimized by a man she trusted, her soccer coach. Kelly Talent was just 7 years old when she was sexually abused.
I thought I would never see his face again, and then there it was.
Decades after Michael Schwarz was sentenced to life behind bars for his crimes against children, he's now seen smiling on a Facebook account that popped up as someone Talent might know.
Even if he doesn't actually make contact with children, he still has access to them.
Talent began tracking down Facebook profiles of other convicted sex offenders in Oklahoma, both in and out of prison, hoping to get them removed.
Would you say that, like survivors like yourself, that in a way you're being re-victimized when you have to see that profile still being up?
Definitely, and that's one of the main things that made me want to jump into action, is because I don't want any other survivors to have to come across their abuser online. It's a horrible feeling.
Facebook says it does not allow convicted sex offenders on the site and provides instructions for reporting one. Talent, though, got no response. She then tried reporting individual photos that appear to show Schwarz in his prison uniform.
Every single time they've said, we have found that this does not violate our community standards. Basically, we're not doing anything about it.
She also reached out to North Fork Correctional in Sayre, where Schwarz is serving time. Talent says a community outreach coordinator told her they swept the inmate's cell and didn't find a phone. But for her, that's not enough.
But they have the ability to reach out to Facebook administration directly and to have this account removed, and they didn't.
There's a victim protective order in place, so that person's being contacted in violation of the law, then we send an actual letter to Facebook requesting them to take the site down.
Since Fox 25 brought Talent's issue to the DOC, it's been escalated to the Inspector General, the investigative unit inside the prison system. The DOC also says Schwarz has now been stripped of his position on the color guard. Contraband phones continue to be a big issue inside Oklahoma prisons, where they're used not just for social media, but also to commit crimes.
We've got cell phones that we confiscate that are no bigger than the palm of your hand. You know, these are devices that we're trying to find new ways to combat.
As they work to find new ways to detect and pinpoint cell phone signals inside prisons, lawmakers, including Senator James Lankford, are pushing the FCC to adopt new rules that would disable phones that are identified as contraband and change laws to allow jammers inside prisons. For the once little girl who was brave enough to sound the alarm on a predator and take the stand at his trial, she's not willing to back down on this issue for herself and other survivors.
I learned very young that my voice didn't matter, and it kind of feels that way again now. Like my voice doesn't matter and I'm not being heard on the issue, and I refuse to accept that because I'm not a 7-year-old girl anymore.
Here's a new update for you tonight. That Facebook profile featuring Schwarz is now gone. Facebook pulled the profile down after we reached out to them about it. And here's how Talent reacted to that news.
I just cried like a whole lot. And I went and looked because I had to verify because that's me. But this is amazing. I'm so happy right now. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Thank you. It's a win.
Now, the DOC says if you suspect an inmate is posting on social media from behind bars, you need to contact their community outreach program.